Ted Cruz's father, Rafael Cruz, is coming out of the woodwork as a guy who appears to be completely disconnected from reality and any semblance of rational thinking or common sense. This started with one clip a couple of weeks ago, and Right Wing Watch and Media Matters and some other groups have been all over Ted Cruz's dad. And it is incredible, the library that we are developing of outrageous claims and statements from Rafael Cruz. Here's one where Rafael Cruz claims in one of his sermons to, quote, disprove evolution. Check this out.
I am a scientist. There is absolutely nothing scientific about evolution. It is a tool of communism to destroy the concept of God. Karl Marx said it himself. Evolution is one of the most effective tools to impose communism. And yet, we are being brainwashed by the school system that you're called a retrograde, you're called an idiot if you fight evolution. Evolution is not a fact. There's nothing factual about evolution.
Okay, I have so much to say about this, Louis. First of all, just looking at time, if you believe that time goes in kind of a linear fashion in the way we're kind of accustomed to in modern day Earth, okay? In 1848, the Communist Manifesto was published, and 11 years later, the theory of evolution was first presented in 1859. So how is it even possible that it was evolution developed in order to further communism? I mean, simply looking at a basic history book, unless you're looking at those rewritten history books, I guess, that would tell you that this is just impossible temporally speaking.
That's true. And also, I believe that the vast majority of the scientific community is in agreement that evolution is real. So I guess logically, according to Rafael Cruz, they're all communists.
Yes,
right?
they must all be communists. And by the way, he says how he is a scientist. I can only find that Rafael Cruz has a college degree in math. I don't know how that makes him any kind of scientist, at least in a way that would be relevant when thinking of issues like evolution and God. I don't understand. But let's take it a step further. Let's say Rafael Cruz could, in a way, disprove evolution. Let's just imagine you could disprove evolution as a thing, right? That doesn't prove anything about God. And this is one of the underlying logical fallacies in many of the arguments by those who they consider themselves to be believers in the kind of Judeo-Christian specific man in the sky type all-powerful, all-knowing God, which is disproving other stuff or saying others haven't specifically disproven God. Neither of those proves the existence of God. You are basing it simply on your belief not connected to reality. That doesn't get through to people like Rafael Cruz.
Oh, and it never will. I mean, that book, that holy book is the one true constant truth, even though they really have no proof that it was written by God or through God's words.
And for some reason, think about this, Louis. It's not okay to believe that evolution is a thing based on all of the scientific evidence that we have. But somebody like Rafael Cruz is completely comfortable basing his moral code on, for example, the story from 4,000 years ago where someone was about to kill someone else in their family, and because they heard voices in their head telling them not to do it, first to do it and then not to do it, they followed those voices. Today, that would be somebody who is mentally ill and needs to be on either medication or under suicide watch. But for some reason, people like Rafael Cruz are comfortable basing their moral codes off of these types of stories. I will never understand it, Louis. I never will.
No, but it's changing. Well, look up, David. Things are changing,
yeah,
and we're headed away from this, luckily.
Let's take a break. Next, we will talk about Obamacare and Medicaid. Is it true that individuals who have Medicaid have no better health outcomes than people who have no insurance at all? It sounds a little weird to me. You know we will talk about it extensively. Stay with us.